Welcome to Two Geek Girls. I'm Nika.
I'm Nika.
Today we'll be discussing Voltron, Legendary Defender, seasons 1 through 3. Um, Basically, it's just going to be an overview of the series thus far. Season 4 comes out, I believe, is it tomorrow or Saturday? Tomorrow. Season 4 drops tomorrow on Netflix. First 2 episodes.
Which will be the 13th.
Yes, Friday the 13th. So anyway, my thoughts on Voltron is if you are familiar with basically 5 main characters that are assigned some kind of robot that they can combine together, which is kind of like it puts in the mind of Power Rangers. That's Voltron for you, pretty much in a nutshell. 5 different characters, 5 different personalities. They team up together, and man robotic lions, and those lions can come together and form Voltron. But the first season basically takes us through them being brought together, them training their lions to use them to learn how to form Voltron and all of that. 5 different personalities. You have the hothead, you have the leader type, you have the comedic relief, you have the nerdy type, and then the yellow, I forget what his name is, because it's Pidge, Keith, Shiro,
Hulk.
Yes, Hulk. Hulk pretty much is like comedic relief, and he's always putting something in his mouth. He's always hungry. So those are the 5 that you pretty much have. The princess and I guess, what would you say? It's princess and what would you call him? Like her second in command?
Her first in command.
Her first in command.
Because it was
I forget his name, but yeah, her father's first in command. But anyway, they basically go on adventures throughout their training to different planets, meeting different people and helping them along the way. Then they have the Gora, which is their main villain that they are pretty much throughout the series going against and fighting. So that's pretty much a summation for me.
And I will say overall, with the villain of this season, if you have only seen season 1, then where we will end up making comments on by the time we get to season 3 will be a spoiler, a huge spoiler for you. Because we're going to take it season by season and just kind of give you the theme of each season. But just be forewarned that may be a spoiler for you if you ever intend to watch it. Season 1, for the most part, is just about learning who you are when it comes into play with manning the actual lion, because the lions have their own personality, they're strong-willed, and then you have their paladins, who are each one of our 5 characters who pilot those lions, and the trials that they go through trying to actually learn how to pilot the lion, essentially, as far as they all have backstories that they're dealing with while they're piloting the lions. And in the season 1, you don't really know about their full-on backstories except for a couple of characters. But as you go forward, you get to learn with each character a little bit more of their backstory. So Shiro is the leader of the group, and we find that he was actually imprisoned by the Gora. And then we meet Pidge, who her as well. That's a spoiler in itself, because in the beginning when we meet Pidge, we don't necessarily know that she is a female. We think that she's a male cadet as well. The other male cadets would be Hulk, Keith, and Lance. And so the 5 of them make up Voltron. They don't make up Voltron necessarily because they've been trained for this as from babies or from youth. They make up Voltron because they stumble upon the lion, and it kind of goes from there. They wake up the princess and Corin, who's her first in command. I may be pronouncing his name wrong. And they've been in sleep status for, I believe, either 10,000 or 100,000 years. So season 1 basically is about them learning their lions and then going from there. There is some action with the Gora as well, because the Gora want Voltron back. We don't necessarily at this point know why they want Voltron back. Season 2 pretty much picks up where season 1 leaves off because there's a huge fight between Voltron and the Gora. And the whole premise behind season 2, which to me was a little bit lackluster out of the 3, was now that we have the lions and we've trained with the lions, what good can we do with the lions? So they're trying to unite all the different cities and towns around them or whatever in season 2. Now, here's where we start getting into the spoilers. With the finale of season 2, we find out that the leader of the Gora was originally also the paladin of the Black Lion, which is the leader lion for Voltron. And he actually dominates he still has a connection with the Black Lion, so he actually is able to pull Shiro out of his lion. So season 3 picks up with all of our heroes being sent in 3 different ways, and now we need to try to find where everyone's at and get back together. So even though season 3 is the shortest season, with it being 7 episodes, and I believe 4 will be the same way, we'll be getting another 6 or 7 episodes. I like season 3 the best because we got to get a little bit more into their characters. We were also able to find out that the original paladins were the Princess Father and several other members of the different countries, the heads of those countries. And they were the ones that actually made up the original Voltron planets. I'm sorry, not country. What can I say? So with that being said, I'm definitely looking forward to season 4. One important thing before I leave off with season 3. The Gora get defeated, and in season 3 we meet Lothar, who's the head Gora's son. Now he is. You don't like, it's like you don't want to like his character, but you have to like his character in a way because he's good at what he does. But because he's the villain, it's like, he's thinking 16 steps ahead of Voltron. They're still trying to get it together. A lot of things in season 3 happen that I'm not going to spoil in any way because if you watch this series, I want you to experience that for yourself. But, changing of the guards when it comes to the paladins and the lions and all kinds of things happen. But Lothar is one of the best animated villains that I've seen on a Netflix show thus far that's, has been more animated. Not including my anime, but just basically with the animation that's been out here more recently. So, if you are a fan of this type of show or Voltron itself, please leave the comments below and let us know that. Like and subscribe to the channel because we will have season 4 of Voltron up. Maybe not the same day that it's released, but definitely really close to the release date of either the 13th or the 14th. So with that being said, stay geeky.